Good morning, boys. Discord in here. So you guys probably have heard, probably see from the title, Oathkeeper got a little bit nerfed today. So what was the nerf? Basically, Staff Guard, which used to be the absorb shield that was on using every breaker, is now changed to be on Sacred Swing. Sacred Swing, which was previously an ability that did not interact with the combo system whatsoever. We are fortunate because I did midway through me doing a draft of this video, there has been a change already, and essentially the change is Sacred Swing now extends your oath chain by 2 seconds. The tooltip is not adjusted yet, but it is in effect. It works perfectly fine. What does this mean? Alright, so instead of completely spamming breakers with complete disregard to everything that's happening, we have a few good things that happen because of this. So, Sacred Swing, it used to be our snap AoE aggro that did not require a cleave combo ramp up. So, this being the case, right, we used it, but we didn't really get all the benefits out of it. Now, getting Staff Guard from Sacred Swing definitely does not equal as much Staff Guard value as when we used it on every breaker. But, in all fairness, the Staff Guard values were definitely still based on the old combo system, which required 3 combos before you could use a single breaker. So we ended up using about 5 times as many Staff Guard procs as we ever would. Now, using Staff Guard, using Secret Swing every, I don't know, like 4 or 5 GCDs sounds completely reasonable. Another point is that considering that it keeps your chain going, right? Well, you're getting the possibility of getting a really long oath chain. So if you're really lucky, well, I wouldn't say really lucky, and rated lucky in everything else, not so lucky if you're tanking actively, you have the possibility of getting a really long oath chain, which means you can stack a lot of oaths, which means it's actually worth using oaths a little bit more. So you'll feel a little bit better stacking your cleave and such. Now, is this completely foolproof? No. But one of the advantages would be that you can go in a pack, cast a note of your choice, right? For example, Condemn would be like a prime candidate for this. You can cast Condemn or something of the fashion, and you get the chance to extend the buff. So it's actually worth to take some time to use the combos that you do want, and you get to benefit from it. Now, it has issues, right? Because you'll want to use breakers more because they do more damage, and they have positive implications such as the Libram CDR that we're going to get from Lore Scribe really soon. Another thing is your oath chain can also fall. Now, being positive, right? It does mean a few things. So, you get a reason to press Sacred Swing. You get better aggro on snap. The big issue, though, is still that you have a requirement of getting a certain amount of parries or dodges to fuel you. And you'll also run out of energy if you completely stack your oaths without pressing Reckoning as much as you need to. I don't think that the energy thing is really going to be an issue because you're still incentivized to do multiple things at the same time. I would say if I had to choose what the one issue would be with the situation, I think it's because you don't really have access to as much Libram uptime as you want. Because every time you use Sacred Swing, yeah, you keep the oath, but you're not doing anything else. But you do get aggro, you get your Staff Guard, so it's not a defensively dead global. So being a neutral global in terms of defensiveness, or even depending on scaling of things, could be like a positively defensive global, right? Well, it makes you want to do different things. So now you have kind of a little conflict in your rotation where you want to like use breakers for CDR and Librams, you want to for this and this and that, but at the same time you want to use Sacred Swing for AoE damage and stuff like that. So you definitely have a little bit going on. It's kind of difficult right now to test because we don't have like endgame scaling, and we don't have access to the infinite benediction and such, which is definitely going to change the matter a little bit for a lot of scenarios. But I do believe we could be in a good spot. I'm trying to remain optimistic. I was pretty unoptimistic until they just made the change for Sacred Swing. I'll keep playing Oathkeeper. I mean, I have through Ticket 10 anyway, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But I'm definitely seeing a world where High Mythic Plus might be a little bit more difficult. Not having access to spamming Staff Guard so much, considering some of the other things we lost in the kit since the alpha, does worry me. But if the values keep staying high, we're actually kind of using Sacred Swing as much as we used Breakers before. So the total value of your Staff Guard over a fight should remain similar, not to now, before the change, but more to old Oathkeeper. So I think this is interesting. We'll see what's up. I do think we're still in a good spot. It's going to be a little more difficult to play. We're going to have some more skill expression now. Spamming your spender is not going to be the ideal thing to do in every situation anymore. So that's definitely a plus in my book. I'll keep you guys posted. I mean, maybe we'll be lucky. Who knows, right? Maybe we'll get some more changes. The best change that I could wish at this point, if I had to say that I had any feedback to give about this change, would be I wish Sacred Swing, right? I wish Sacred Swing was counted as a breaker so that it could proc the CDR and benefit from the oats better. This isn't necessarily like needed, but I think it could be good. It would just remain more consistent if that was the case, but I don't think they will, because the other ways to extend oat chains don't really have that kind of benefits. Like, they won't proc some of the other stuff. So that's the big lines for the changes, guys. Like, honestly, I know the power will feel much weaker now, but I think in the long term it's more healthy for the spec. And if we start feeling squishy, if we don't proc Staff Guard every global while doing our biggest damage abilities, it's a little bit easier to get them to buff some values, like to the left or to the right of stuff, right? So, thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day, and keep on playing.